guys? Jared Welch, RacingDudes.com, back for more Breeders Cup coverage. We're just 4 weeks out, guys. It's hard to believe. We're in the final weekend of preps. We got 14 preps left between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of this week or this weekend. 2 left overseas. That's it. 4 weeks out until the Breeders Cup. And so we're going to take a look at all these divisions much closer now as we are leading up to the big event. I'm going to start with my one of my first ones I'm going to do here is the main event for the fillies and mares, and that's the Breeders' Cup Longines Distaff. It just seems like with these 2 big races of Distaff and the Classic, we're looking at stronger and stronger top end horses. You know, with Nest seemingly being the horse to beat in that division, and of course Flightline in the Classic. We'll see Nest this weekend and Malathaat for that matter. Nest is going to run the Beldame at Aqueduct / Belmont. And Malathaat, we're going to see her in the Spinster at Keeneland. Of course, the Keeneland is where the Breeders' Cup is. So Clairiere is already there. You know, there's the horses that are, obviously pointing in that race. So we're going to take a little bit closer look. It's my top 5 as we lead up to the Longines Breeders' Cup Distaff. We'll kick things off with my 5. Clairiere. Now, listen, this is a tough one to rank, I think, because, I think my last rankings, I had her 2. She just was not good whatsoever last time out there in the Personal Insight. Now she acted up in the gate. They said she, basically had a false start in the gate and then hurt herself. And then, she never ran a step, which was totally unlike her. Even in her past where she hasn't won races, she runs, she makes an effort. She was in the last the whole time in this race. There wasn't a lot of pace, but still she didn't make any move whatsoever. So you got to think that's a throwout because that's easily one of her worst races of her career. Up until this though, she's had a great year. She had rattled off 2 wins in a row coming into that Personal Instance. So she's one of those horses that definitely will improve, I think, going into the Distaff. Is she good enough to win? I'm not sure. And then, frankly, there's a couple other horses in here that I liked more after those last results that I bumped them up. So she had to go down to 5. Clairiere, if you looked at this, I would say, the best shot to hit the board. But after that last effort, kind of makes you wonder. And you're going to need to get a price with her, I think, in the Distaff. So she sits at number 5. You really, like I said, though, like the 2 through 5, you could make those in my opinion. You could kind of put those in any order, and I wouldn't necessarily argue with you. But for my list, number 5 is going to be Clairiere for the Distaff. All right, let's go to number 4. How about Blue Stripe? This is a horse who, if you remember, kind of made her debut in the United States last year in the Distaff, and of course did not go well. Took the break, came back, and looked good. Won the Santa Margarita, got second in Santa Maria, and then last time out at Del Mar won the Grade 1 Clement El Hirsch. So she's one of those that seemingly is running a lot better than she was when she came over here last year for this race. And so you got to think coming in here, she's going to be much tougher. I don't know how quite good she is. Obviously, the divisions out there on the West Coast aren't extremely strong for this Distaff division. I think a lot of the solid horses are out east. But she's been steady. And, she's been good enough to earn a spot in this race. And, she's solid. Like, and like we said a lot about these horses. A lot of them are very consistent and they give you an effort. So, Blue Stripe, do I think she can win? It would be a little bit of a surprise for sure. But she's earned the right to be in the race. And I think she's definitely in with a shot to hit the board. So number 4, Blue Stripe for me after that last win. You got to put her in there. All right. Let's go to my next one here. Search results. This is a horse who I've been kind of openly against most of her career, especially since they've been, stretching her out. But listen, she's been good. Last time out in the Personal Instance, got second. Good game effort to Malathaat, of course, who won. We'll talk about her in a second. Won the Molly Pitcher before that. The Ogden Phipps, she was third. She's just very consistent. And I didn't know if the stretching out would work for her, but, Chad Brown's going to train her up to this race for the Distaff. And, she's got speed, and Letruska, obviously you're seeing here. We'll see her this weekend as well, so maybe she'll get added to this list after this weekend. But I'm kind of done with Letruska. She looks like she's done, honestly. So last time out, I was more Letruska and against search results, and we know how that went. Search results outfinished her. I just think search results is a little more classy of a horse right now. Letruska obviously was at one point. But search results seems like a horse that's got enough early speed to kind of get positioned in any kind of race. And, I don't know if she's fast enough to win one of these, long mile and eighth, like grade 1 top tier races against the horses like Nest and Malthot and Blue Stripe and all these horses. But she's been very consistent and she's been very dependable. So I'm going to put search results number 3. All right. Number 2 has to be the horse that beat her, right? Last time out. And I'll go with Malthot. Frustrating horse, right? Because it just feels like, and a lot of people have said Nest is what we thought Malthot was, last year. And it's very true because Malthot had the look and the hype and the hopes. It just never really quite got through that next level. Of course, she won the Oaks, but she couldn't quite break through. She win the Distaff, had every chance to win, finished third last year. Since then, we've seen her win. We've seen her get second a few times, and then she won, like I said, again, in the personal instant, kind of finally broke through, so to speak, her first grade 1 in a while. And, it was great. It was a good effort, So she's a frustrating horse to back because you can bet her, and she'll get second or third. And just can't quite get through. But I think she's a solid enough horse where she, like I said, she finished third in this race last year. Who's to say she can't do it again or finish second? I still think the gap is widening though, between her and, well, frankly, the top, the 2 through 5 and Nest. So we'll go to Nest, number 1, and that's not going to change. Hasn't changed for most of the year here. Nest just, what can you say? She goes and she comes back and runs in the Ashland. She's awesome. Somehow she loses in the Oaks to Secret Oath, comes back and runs second in the Belmont. And the more you look at that race, she could have won that thing. Of course, then back-to-back just monster efforts at Saratoga and the CCA Oaks and the Alabama, where she just beat the shit out of those fields and really never tried. Never got out of first or second of gear. So it's hard to, I guess we'll see this weekend with Nest. You got to assume all things will go well and it'll be more of a prep than anything else to get her into, ready for the Breeders' Cup. But, we'll see. That could change. But Nest is just, she's the best 3-year-old filly, no doubt about it. In this division, it seems like she's becoming more and more the horse to beat in this Distaff. So I think the gap's pretty wide here with Nest. I really do. I think she's just too good. She can compete against the boys. I'll bet her to beats of these fillies and mares in the Distaff. So that's my top 5. Let me know your thoughts below. Who you like in my list here? Who do you don't like? Who am I missing? Obviously, no Secret Oath. I get it. Bob Baffert. He's never really won one of. He's never won a Distaff. That's the thing. He's just not known to win these races. So I didn't really take much of that from the West Coast in there. So it's just who are you going to go with here? I want to know your comments below, though, as we lead up to the Breeders' Cup Distaff. Give me your thoughts. Make sure you hit like on this video. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. And make sure you hit that notification bell. Ding! Every time we go live, you'll get alerted. So you want to do that as well. Until next time, see you guys.